Thank you for tuning in with Enchantress. That is me, the babbler. That is me on this revolutionary rise of enterprise at this time. And so, if you are tuning in, my friends, hopefully you are tuning in order because this is video number 5. I swear. Of course, when I have something that needs to be said, this is part of my challenge, you see. Getting past all these illusions of roadblocks that come in that prevents me, or it's perceived to prevent me from finishing or accomplishing or getting done what needs to get done, no matter how many interruptions one has, how many distractions that come in the way, no matter how you may not have every single tool you think you need, but still you have something to contribute, do, or bring into creation, and it's your responsibility, your accountability to get that done, and part of the development of just our conditioning. This is going, look, watch in order, because I'm sharing the Whispers of Love oracles, and we're still talking about Actions Speak Loudly card that I keep babbling about, because we're learning to also be patient and listen with our heart and trust in this process of a progress. And if you don't like the slow process, turtle process of this kind of babbling explanation of colorful storyline depictions, that this is the way that it comes out for me, then there are other people that are similar in energies that do things like I do, that I am sure you can find that resonate with you and connect better with you. I'm not meant to be for everybody. That would be impossible, you see, to have to please every single body. Like, no, thank you, please. I didn't sign up for that department and I don't. So, I'm sorry that, I don't resonate with you. If I don't, if I do, that's great. If I do and you don't know why, and maybe some of my babbles leave you like tangled up inside, because it's like, whoa, a lot to take in. It is a lot to take in. So I'm very much well aware of that, and I have experienced that with the people that I have been close to, and with throughout my life, throughout my course of this 3D perceived life. I've always been in the lab doing my research, my own case studies, my own psychoanalysis of people and things, the therapy that I have provided for people since a small child. As a small child, I was providing therapy for adults. I've been reading cards since I was in elementary school, doing divination, different things, having dreams, having episodes, having spiritual awakenings as a child, and having these inexplainable things that would occur. That was, I get it now through my experience of continuing this research, continuing wanting to know, and understand and comprehend and get it, man. And also dive into the realm of, is this illusion, is this imagination, is this hallucination, is this, breaking down all the different parts of what this could be diagnosed as in our experience that's happening here. And mystical as it may sound, and so profound, and so like it's hard to fathom and grasp on these 3D lands, because we're used to having to see in 3D realm kind of thing in order to make something real. It has to be tangible in this reality. And so being open to that kind of experience of tangibleness, people have put to sleep the otherworldly aspects of existence that speaks first before this 3D ever gave birth, you know? So, you know, if my level of flow is not for you, you know, and I rub you the wrong way, because I get a lot of those too, know that it's not personal and I'm not even offended by you. Your inability to like me at this time is only because some part of you needs to be addressed and clearly faced. Like the card from before, if you were watching from the other videos, like you watch me some more for whatever reason, if you watch me in that kind, I'm speaking this and that must be. And I'm no longer ignoring that kind of energy in terms of like being ignorant. Like if it doesn't exist, it does exist. It has to be called out. It has to be called out because that's why. That's part of the shadow aspects of life. The fear-based tactics of how people and their theatrics behind the scenes try to infiltrate your energy sphere. They try to infiltrate your energy sphere. They're silent, my dear. Of course, they're not going to come up to you in full blast and do it in your face because that is revealing to you your enemy. So they do it behind the scenes because that's the kind of creep energy that's how they get away. If you're unaware, that's how they get to infiltrate. So your awareness and your ability to call it out, like I call you out, you are not like infiltrating my energetic space, but I am being brought to awareness to articulate for this video for whatever reason, because whatever. So you're here. Get to know yourself better, to understand why you are so bitter in this better weather that can afford you some, you know, cosmic healing of quantum feeling to be felt inside and love yourself, like rise yourself high. Like it's a wasteful energy to bake in, but everyone has their own journey to partake in, and that's not my responsibility nor my interest, so do you. Bye Felicia. Kind of do, like, you know. So yeah, so the message that keeps trying to come out and I keep getting sidetracked, because that's part of this message. Action speaks loudly. It doesn't matter the amount of opposition you think you seem to face. It doesn't matter the interference. It doesn't matter how long or how much time has passed. It doesn't matter how everybody's not in agreement, like, of whatever it is that you are passionate about or feel or want to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we can only give off of our examples to further explain, and so I share a story with you in this kind of way to try to just convey, like, the detail may not be what, like, any detail that I express may not be your detail, but the energy of that detail is what I'm asking you to pay attention to. Like, don't get into specifics. When people get into specifics, it's because they're in denial about what is trying to be expressed, conveyed. When they be like, oh, no, that's, it was 3 o'clock, not 4 o'clock, but I'm missing the whole freaking entire point. Like, who cares what time it was? Did you hear the message? Like, you know, that kind of thing. They pay attention to those kind of details because they're trying to deflect from the actual, that's like, a stunting. There we go. Back to that stunting energy that has, it's an energy vortex that's strong on this 3D plane of existence. Why we have so many people not happy in life or satisfied in life, because they settled in life, and so they stopped taking action, if they ever did take action, to believing in their own ability to receive what they really want or dream to be. So actions speak loudly now, because those that are here, even the one that whatever, goodbye Felicia, bye dear, that in itself tells me that you are a higher octave, divine, living, consciously awakened, beautiful soul that is evolutionizing yourself, revolutionizing yourself whole, putting in the work. Gotta put in the work. So you've taken many actions that have led you to this space to even be here with me. I've come to accept that, like, my popularity in these kind of like topics of things for such a long time, because I'm telling you, I've been talking about stuff like this since elementary school. They even called me the philosopher when I was a little girl. Oh, don't get her into her philosophy. And I was like always, it was like joked whenever I spoke in this kind of way. So for so long, suppressed in that kind of way, because it got shunned by my own peers in the beginning, even though I was the one that, you know, had the fun, like everyone that cut school to come to my house. We did the Ouija board and we did seances and we did stuff like that, and I was that influencer in that department, you know, running into church scared crazy because some crazy stuff happened in my grandma's basement. But you know, that's a different kind of story of influencer during those times. But remember, I was, even this is before my mom had passed away and died, and I was 9 when she died, so even before that. See what I'm saying? So, and there wasn't a lot of this kind of, social media distraction during my time of that. So, you know, we still played on our block outside. I wasn't allowed to pass my gate, but I passed it anyways. I'm a ninja. So, yeah. So, the evolution of taking action has dimmed, has been stunted, you know, for many. The zombie apocalypse, right? The mundanes of society. That fish swim dead fish swim with the flow. Even this distraction of look at, this is now video what I said 5. The last video on my latest phone, which has better quality video, which I prefer better, right? Right out of space. Finally getting to the explanation of things. I'm about to say something and then camera goes off. To now interrupt this one, which is uploading the first video of a 1/2 video that I uploaded the second video first over the first. Not realizing that I did that. So interrupting the flow of that upload, which is slower because this is the older like phone thing. And then let's not even talk about my camcorder. I need, yeah, you see what I mean? So these are all things that can create frustration, of course. Delays, okay. Delays don't mean that it don't get done. It just means more time is needed to complete it, you know? But no, here we go. We're going to go into listening to the heart of the matter. I'm just going to go in. Whatever. The action speaks loudly card that's coming up here. In this atmosphere, stratosphere, if you are here, is the... I'm lighting up some sage up in this page. I've been holding it in my hand and forgetting to light it. Cleansing the space. cleansing your air, cleansing my air, cleansing our air that's shared. We belong here. We stand here united in this space continuum of unification that is our freedom and our liberation. To be so free, to be whoever we are, whenever we are, wherever we are. Tuned in, we are stars. We matter. We create. We intuit. We align. We are creators of our wonderland world sublime. Truth is all we know. These are the things and the seeds that we sow. Evolution is for our whole growth. This we know. Authentic is gold. Protected are we who seed this gene that's supreme on these lands that command to withstand. Actions speak loudly, for we know. And so now the seeds that we sow, as we incubate, we master this alchemy that is we, the elixirs of this breeds of seeds that populate things, because our actions speak loudly this time. When we face the challenge of going against the grain, feeling vulnerable in every kind of way but accepted, we feel inside, even if we walk alone, and acknowledge the divide. We are alive in our line. Truth rings. I'm free to embrace every part of me that wishes to express itself. Listening, knowing truth. Actions speak loudly. So we had the Piscean and Aquarian energy of this Mercury retrograde in Venusian waters, now with the moon and Venus doing this harmonious dance. Many trines formed in the sky. These planetary highs that vibe, alchemized, because they know their role. They live from their soul. No one can tell a planet what to do, a galaxy what to do, a universe what to do. No one can tell the sun or the moon what to do, the stars what to do, the stars what to do. For they understand their power, and no actions speak louder, and their action is what reigns supreme. We're learning these things. So these influences of these energies that support our evolutionary system that is expanding infinitely into this continuum space that we awake and now create. As we incubate, we see our canvas blank, and we fill it, our cup doth overfloweth with these seeds that through our discernment and discovery through our explorations that have been discovered, recovered, are unveiled. That now we get to understand for overstand much better on these lands, that we now in this full lotus bloom take action too, which overrides the system, because most people fall victim to the resistance and fall back in their actions. So these energies that have been infusing between the Piscean and Aquarian energy of expressing or addressing our dreams, our wants and desires, and discovering our proper attire, influenced by two signs that are quirky in nature and unique all on their own. Dominating two different elements in their field of expression, teaming up to combine their evolution that they have energized into this time align for this time. So wherever each is in their own development for that sign's evolution, that is joining forces together, the odd couple, right? Like, who would have known that that's probably a couple that may not be the likely of pairing that maybe their family, friends, or close associates, or I helped a little bit, I moved, or people that have known them up to this point, and be like, I would have never saw, like, that's not how I would have. Maybe they didn't even know, because they didn't see, or maybe they didn't see anything, because, you know, lifestyles these two live, like, you know, Piscean, all dreamy, and, you know, and often la la land, and, you know, the Aquarian energy, like, off being a showman for the world. I don't know, I'm just talking about the energy, I'm not talking about people or in specifics like that. I'm just talking about the energy, these energies that are combining at this leveling of time, that are influencing all environments, and wherever you are in your evolution, that brings you to this channel, that wherever you are and whatever experience you're experiencing now that resonates with the message in between all the babbling, you're somewhere right now that you need to take action for something that needs to be put into motion. It's about living symbolic. Like, it's about taking everything that you have learned up until this point. And okay, it's like that saying when they say, one thing to, to knowledge is powerful. Yeah, great, yeah. But how you apply it and what you do with it that's a whole nother story. So, that's part of this incubation period for those that have been journeying wherever they are, just growing, evolutionizing. Like, I gotta ask something about, like, if this was like a certain group of people, collective of people, evolution is everything, constant. We are all evolutionizing in our space, in our place. This is not a race, like, but again, like attracts like, and that kind of like symbology of life, of just how souls gravitate towards souls that they gravitate towards for whatever shape, reason, form. Like, and usually it's because something that is alike within these souls draws them closer, and so wherever you are, whenever you are, wherever you are, you know this already. One of the, and I bring it up, and I probably brought it up in a few other videos too, I don't know which ones, so don't ask me. I don't know when either, so don't ask me. But a quote of somebody that, when I was working for the Stretch Studio, I worked on this, this customer that came in that loved her session with me, and clearly, because this is soul talk, okay? I knew I was never gonna see her again or anything like that. But we connected on a soul level, and so for the time that we were together, it was very deep. Like, we said very, like, everything that I said to her meant something more for her. She's like, you have no idea. Like, it was just intuitive talk, kind of like that. And so I was at that point in my life, having to make, I was contemplating a big change for me, especially in terms of, like, career and entrepreneurship and stuff like that. And and I was at this crossroad for myself, like, and right before she walked out the door, she turns around and she looks at me. She's like, she quickly explains, she's like, I just have to tell you this. And she's like, and then she told the story of when she heard it, and then she told it to me. And she said, if nothing changes, nothing changes. And we ended up talking even longer after that, because it was so powerful. Actions speak loudly. Express your love through actions. If nothing changes, nothing changes. And if you're a conscious co-creator too, then this is a moment of revelation for you to meet with this part of yourself that accepts or declines. And then consciously still continues to create your life, because you are free to choose as you desire. But this here flow gasmics of my channels is about inspiring conscious movement. So you are free to do whatever it is that you want. Even if you don't do what you want, you're still free. But conscious are we, and the seeds that we sow. This is still how we grow. You just made another choice that didn't come from the feeling space, which is also part of what what some are experiencing now. Wow, this is going to be video number 6.